Hi, I'm Brittney.
Hi, I'm Gabriel, and we are the owners of Voda Cleaning and Restoration, Fort Lauderdale, Miami. So I have been in the automotive industry for 27 years, held just about every single position in the building up until the point of being a managing partner at a dealership. And I got to the point in my life where I've made a decision that, you know what, I need something that's mine, no longer managing partner. I'm the partner, I'm the guy, I'm the owner. So I was looking into franchise, anything franchise related for that matter. We'll always give you a playbook to follow. And I've been very used to and accustomed following playbooks because different manufacturers in the automotive industry have separate different playbooks that we do follow. So franchising has to be the option for me, especially because they lay it out and all I got to do is follow the plan.
So my background is in business development. I have done workflows, I have created processes, I have trained, coached, and developed my team members. And at the end of the day, we were each other's support systems. If it wasn't for him, I wasn't able to do my job to the fullest. And if it wasn't for me, some of those parts would fall apart. So going in this together, I feel like we will be extremely successful and unstoppable.
So during my search for franchises, we have we drove hours at a time. I flew to New York, went to different types of discovery days. What we were looking into was burger joint, food and beverage, cookies. Yep. The other one was also milkshakes and acai bowls. Yep. We've researched all of those other options, and I decided through the help of our franchise broker that he suggested to look into home services. And for me, home services was going to be the ticket because I can encapsulate a larger mass of territory. If anybody else is listening to this has looked into franchising, you have for the sake of saying a burger joint here, you are not allowed to open, your competition can be as far as 1 mile away. So you're signing a franchise agreement that says, I'm okay being here, but it's okay for the next guy to be 1 mile away from me. And that was something that I did not agree with and I was not okay with. So we decided to opt for home services. And I think that's gonna be the better option for us. My personal decision as to why Voda. After looking at all these different options, multiple discovery days, and taking the countless trips that we did take, my biggest deciding factor was Brittney. When she saw the plan for Voda, she says, this is it, I want it, this is it. So I piggybacked off of her. I was gonna decide for a franchise no matter what. It's just a matter of what was gonna work for the both of us that she can have a buy-in as well. And the leadership team over at Voda is what showed me the difference between them and everybody else. Sure. For me, it's a young team. The guys are motivated. They know what they're doing. They're structured. And the best part is that they literally have a playbook. No other franchise system has the word playbook in their franchise system. No other one. And it caught my attention. Every morning at the dealerships, we run plays. And these guys have a playbook, and that's what I'm used to. And for those of you that are watching that are not used to playbooks is great. A lot of millionaires are made by following playbooks.
I want to say with the other discovery days that we had, everything was about sign here, sign now, down payment, secure your spot. And everybody was in competition, even within themselves. When it came to Voda, everybody was working together. There was a different culture, there was support. You guys figured out the hard stuff for us. I figured this would be really good. We have connections. We have a lot of people that we know. We already had ideas before we signed with the franchise of how we were going to get our name out there with whichever one we decided. It's been very pleasant from beginning to end. We're not even at the end yet, but beginning day one, everybody has been very uniform, in sync, one another. Communication is the same across the board. One person doesn't say one thing and the other person says another. It is the same for everyone. We can call another franchisee that's in the same position as us, and we're helping each other out. That is what I want. I wanted a team, and I wanted somebody that cared for one another and that has the same goal in mind to, continue to grow.
Support has been 150% over and above what I expected it to be. I came in to this or any other franchise with very little expectations, and right now Voda has exceeded my expectations. There's bumps in the road, like everything in any business, and every single one of those bumps, as few as they were all overcome. Everybody was supportive. We are currently in training right now, and that was the missing link, what I had missing for me to be like, all right, I got this. Why I say that is because during sometimes when you're getting on board, you were like, oh my God, this is too much. Oh my God, I got to do this. I got to do that, you know. And all I can say is just wait for training. It should be covered. And they have not let me down. Voda has been supportive of every single individual that's involved with the franchise, has been supportive. And even the franchisees that we're meeting here are supportive. We're supporting each other. We're bouncing ideas off of each other. We're going to help each other. And us being in the South Florida market, I know for a fact that if there were going to be a huge catastrophe, I can call on my franchise partners and they're going to come and go ahead and help us out, and we can work it all out together.
To tell you the truth, I don't know about any other restoration or cleaning companies. I've always been a do-it-yourself person. And now that I'm here, I realize that is not the way to go. That's not the route to go. There's so much more into it of, you know, any water jobs. If water's at the bottom, you're going to create the mold if you don't dry it out the right way. Like, there's a lot that I've learned. They have compared other companies. I've seen some, and I've had work done just by other home services, and they were not this in depth as far as customer service goes and as far as into detail that it goes, or with the equipment that they use. Half of them come in, they do their job, and they leave. The Voda way was not that way. The Voda way is we're going to continue to grow as a family. We're going to take care of our customers like they were family, not just somebody, you know, like some stranger on the street.
They're totally different from everybody else in other restoration companies, from what I observed and what I've been told by my operations manager, who's been doing it for 5 to 7 years. The simplicity of checking the oil in your van every morning, putting cones out. No other company is doing that. Yeah. If we're going into somebody's home, somebody's palace, that's their palace. That's where they lay their head to sleep. The common sense question would be, how dare you come here with such a dirty van? And common sense. And to be honest with you, common sense is not so common. And the Voda way, and what we've learned, is that they implement a lot of common sense policies and procedures that we were like, why didn't I think of that? And why isn't somebody really not showing up and not making sure that they put cones out to make sure that they don't get run over or get hit by a car? Making sure that you put on little booties before you enter the customer's home. Countless individuals in home services have come into my house and they just with their feet on, nothing, don't cover their feet, don't respect my property. It doesn't bother me, but I'm sure it would bother a lot of other customers and consumers. So we are a step above. Voda will be a step above the next guy. And if something else comes along that they can figure out to make us look better and more presentable, I'm sure it's going to come along and it's going to be another page in the playbook.
I do want to add into that in regards to just this whole experience with Voda. If I've had a suggestion, they're open to it. Not once has anyone told me, this is my way, that's it, and that's how we want it done. Any suggestions moving forward in regards to maybe a training class, they've been open to everything. It's not, I'm the boss and do what I say. It's, this is what we're going to try. That's great feedback. Let's work on this. I see your point, and we're all growing together. A lot of us are doing certain things for the first time, including our trainees and our trainers. So I just wanted to add that in there as well, that with Voda, they're open to everything. They're open to suggestions. They do have a playbook, but Voda originated not in Florida, not in Boston, not in Texas. They're open to everybody in all the different markets to take those suggestions in of how this can work nice and smooth.
What excites me the most about bringing Voda to Fort Lauderdale, Miami, is that we're different. We're not going to be the average Joe that is in the cleaning and restoration space. We are different. We're being taught different. We will do different, and we will implement different. More so this entire week during training, learning that how I am going to implement it with my team and my staff. How am I going to implement it in my hiring process? Because knowing these common sense things, now I know how to do things a little bit different. I'm not being taught how to hire, but I'm being guided as to what to look for in the next person that I want leading my company. Because in the end, I want to build a huge business and that I can leave behind for my kids. That's all I want to do. Leave something behind, leave a legacy behind for them. In previous endeavors, there's no legacy to be left behind because I'm working for the man. Now the man I'm working for is this man.